At the beginning of the video today, we would have a talk about food security and the things that are going on here in the UK. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, do stick around, and that's what's coming up in today's vlog. So I've come up in the garden and I'm doing some spinning. Do you know, I haven't sat and done any spinning like this for 2 or 3 years, something like that. I feel like I'm going to get my voom back, so that'll be nice. Do you want to see the view? There's my view for spinning. I've got the chickens, there's one over there, and I've got this little fella here as well, keeping me company. This is the yarn I'm spinning. It's a nice bit of Shetland sheep wool, and it's plying up, going to ply up nicely. Isn't that lovely? And then this is the colour that I'm working with. I'm going to make myself an outer jacket, like a coat but out of wool, and then that'll make a nice outer cardigan for the winter for walking stripe when we go out for walks. So, oh, he heard that. Mentioned the word walk, didn't I, Stripe? But yeah, he's not very happy because the chickens are about. They're looking for food. And it looks like Sid's been around looking at those fair cones. I'm just going to carry on and do a little bit more spinning, and then we'll have a bit of a catch up. So I've got a few things I want to share with you in about the food security and stuff, because it's been on my mind a lot lately. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in and finish the tea, and then we're going to go in the shed and we're going to have a sit in the shed and have a bit of a natter, or in the polytunnel, one or the other. But I'm just going to finish my spinning and then I'll go and catch up with you in the shed. So I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Wildwood Cottage. It's lovely to have you here. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all enjoying your weekend. It's a lovely day here today. The sun's shining and there's a lovely breeze, and it's not too hot. It's just the right temperature for being out and about in the garden. I'm in the potting shed. I thought I'd come and talk to you from here today because my husband's home, and I didn't want to disturb him. He's getting his sermon ready for Sunday, ready for preaching on Sunday. So I thought I'd come and hide out down here. I've been sat in the garden. It's been lovely. Yeah, I've been having a look on the internet this week, and it's become apparent that there's going to be quite a few food shortages going forward in the autumn. And I wanted to come along and have a little bit of a chat with you about that. Um, as you know, food security is very much on my mind, and it is very much on my channel. And I do talk an awful lot here about frugal living and about ways to use wartime wisdom and the wisdom of World War II and from wartime kitchens and things like that into the regular everyday kitchens. And I use it all the time. Since the beginning of the year, I've been following wartime recipes, and I don't use any other recipe books now. All my other recipe books are either going to be sold or have gone to the charity shop via my mum and my brother. So yeah, I don't use any other cookbooks. I tend to use the We'll Eat Again cookbook, which is this one, which I have shown on my channel before. I'll pop links in the description bar below for you for any videos that I talk about. I did a video earlier on in the year, at the beginning of the year, when I started the Wartime Challenge, and I discussed some of the books that I do use. So I'll pop a link in the description bar for you. But I also use the Eating for Victory cookbook. I've been doing this now on and off for about 4 years. It's not a new thing to me. And I just thought that this channel would be great to set up for you, well, to move it forward for you, doing all the wartime recipes. So with all the food shortages that are coming up, I think it's a good time to reignite that passion that I've had for the last 6 or 7 months of the wartime cooking and the wartime challenge. The thing in the news this week, well, today actually, Friday, was that there's going to be an awful lot of shortages of fresh food going on into the autumn and into the winter, because farmers have had a really tough time. The price of fertilizers has gone up. The weather's been terrible for growing food. I can understand how they feel because a lot of my crops have failed as well because of the heat. I haven't been able to water because we're on spring water and the river levels here are quite low. So the water pressure has been mentioned. So I've taken that as a hint not to water the garden. So I've been doing the best I can with buckets of bowls of water, you know, out of the kitchen from when I do the dishes. And I've now started putting that into watering cans so I can water the tomatoes in the greenhouses in the polytunnels because they're just not going to get watered unless I can get water from somewhere. So that's my answer for that really, is using the dishwater to water the tomatoes and keep them fed. So that's what I'm doing. I'm filtering out all of the food waste that ends up, you know, after washing the dishes. I'm using so filtering it out through a sieve, and then I'm using that on the garden. But the things that they've said are going to be short, which you still have a window now to sow seeds, is carrots, celery, broccoli, potatoes, and beetroot, I think was the other thing that they said, and greens. So anything really that they put in a field to stand there for a long time is just not going to be in the supermarkets in big supply. Now, I went to the co-op last week and there was no carrots. There was one little poultry bag of carrots of 500 grams. I was going to buy the pony carrots from our carrot challenge, but they're just not around anymore. There's just none. And the man on the market said they may be back in September, but he's not sure. So I can't guarantee having pony carrots. I went to Tesco's in a different town. Nothing, not even a single carrot, not even a loose weight carrot. And the ones in supermarkets in my local town only had the small fiddly bags of carrots as well. So it's obviously that there's something going on with the carrot supply. I haven't had celery since February. I can't find it in the supermarkets here. So I know that's in short supply. Potatoes aren't very good at the moment, and I'm not sure if it's because they're last season's potatoes, because they keep them in these big chambers and they for the supermarkets and they gas them, and that keeps them alive for longer. Which is why when you get them home, they just die straight away, just start to rot straight away. It's because they've been taken out of this gas chamber, exposed to the air, and then they just start rotting straight away, going backwards in time to what state they were at before and worse. So yeah, there's an awful lot going on at the moment about the food chain. A lot of wheat comes from the southeast coast of the UK, and a lot of that is doing pretty poor as well. The farmer here only did one grass cut, and it didn't look like he had a lot of grass this year. So yeah, things are quite difficult for a lot of farmers. And I was saying to you as well the other week that the courgettes only have male flowers on. They've started producing fruit now. I found a video online for any of you who are struggling with the same thing, and they basically cut off all of the male flowers, and then that then spurs the plant on to produce more flowers, and it kind of checks it, and then it starts producing female flowers. So that's what I did with mine. I picked off most of the male flowers apart from one to keep the bees coming, and they've now started producing courgettes. The butternut squash are a bit slow, so I don't know what size they're going to be when they do come. But the potatoes that I put in 2 weeks ago, oh gosh, they've gone bonkers. So I need to keep mulching them to make sure that they produce a good harvest of potatoes, considering they're saying that they're going to be in quite short supply. So I just wanted to come on and say you still have a window of opportunity to plant things. You could do smaller varieties of carrots. You could do potatoes. You'll get them for Christmas. You could do onions. You get them in the spring. You can get Japanese onions, which you can overwinter. And I'm going to have a look and see if I can get them. So when I've harvested these onions, I can then put another crop in, and they'll then come in the spring next year. My broad beans, my runner beans are coming through. My broad beans, I think the rat had them because there's only 2 pods on the plant and there's nothing else. The tomatoes are going a bit bonkers. There's flowers everywhere. So I'm leaving the doors open to the polytunnel, and they're now turning into fruit. So that's starting to do well. The courgettes, as I say, are starting to come through. The Jerusalem artichokes are right up here. They've gone completely nuts. So yeah, still time to sow things. So I'm going to start sowing things. So when I go into the polytunnel to do them, I'll show you what I'm going to be sowing. I've already done some chard. I've done another crop of chard because that's something else you can do. You can do kale now as well. I'm going to try doing broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli. It's not too late for that. I may start getting them late in the season, but it's still not too late for that. So we'll have a look at that in the polytunnel in a minute. I assume the food prices are going to go up. They have said that food prices are going to increase once the autumn comes into winter. So yeah, I'm going to try and do as much as I can to make sure I've got something fresh to put on the table in the house. So let's get in the garden. Let's go and see what's been going on in the polytunnel and see how some of the food's getting on. And we'll have a little look at the spinning as well. So I'll see you in a minute. So I've come back out in the garden and I've come out to enjoy the evening peace air. There's no wind. There's hold on to this. You can hear me better then, can't you? There's no wind. There's no midges. It's a beautiful blue sky evening, and I can see the house martins flying round. Haven't seen many swallows this year. We've got something in the garage, and I think it's house martins, and they're nesting, so they're going to be late leavers. But we've still had no rain, and everywhere is brown, absolutely dying. There's not much I can do about it. I've just got to leave it and let it die, really. Hopefully it'll come back next year. I'm not hopeful for the rhododendrons. They're still not perking up. Everything else with a good root should be okay. So I'm not too bothered. I'm bothered, but nothing I can do about it, is there? So I have been watering my roses, and I've been putting the dishwater on them out of the kitchen. And I've been putting that on my tomatoes as well. I'm just watering sparingly, really, just a dribble, just to give them a bit of a perk up. But yeah, we desperately need some rain. So any of you out there who can do rain dances, we could do with that here. Anyway, as you can see, the garden is brown. There is not a lot going on in the garden at all. I don't know what Stripe's up to. Just a sec. So Stripe just found the rat living in my shed, bits and pieces that I had stored there. So yeah, fighting a losing battle, aren't I? I'm going to have to get the trap out, I think, put a snap trap out and try and get rid of him. I don't want the chickens to get got, and I don't want the dogs to get got though, so it was a black one. It's still the same one I've seen in the garden. I know it's the same one. But Stripe's very interested. He's very good. He's a very good ratter. And he'll kill it if he sees it. But it's just catching it, isn't it? So yeah, I'll have to tidy up in a minute, but that's not what I wanted to show you. This is the stuff I've been moving. The old bits of shed. But I decided to leave it up. The summer house. And yes, I am finishing it. I've been working out what the back's going to be. No, it's not straight. That's the whole thing about it. It's not straight. But I've started doing the roof. I've secured it at the front. And those other bits, these bits here, are going to be used for the roof and for securing the front and to make a door. And then whatever's left over is going to go on that pergola there and put sides and a back on it. I'm not going to put a front on it. I'm going to make it like another arbour with plants growing over the top. And I might put perspex doors on, haven't decided yet. But on this one, it's going to have a door here, and it's going to be sort of like 2/3 there filled in with a window, and then a door here with a window with see-through at the top and bottom. Yes, I know I've got bits and bobs to fill in to keep the rat out, but it's just going to be a summer house. I'm not going to sit it, I'm not going to be in it, I'm just going to sit in it. I'm going to make a big bench that I can lie on to read a book, to do some knitting, whatever else I want to do. But yeah, it's going to have bunting in it, it's going to have bunting on the front, I'm going to paint it white inside, and it's going to be green on the outside with cream windows. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. Should be nice when it's done. I can't really have a double open in front because I've got a rose here and there's plants here and a tree stump here, so I can't really do much about it. So yeah, so I can't really do much about it. So I'm going to have a filled in front, and yeah, that's how it's going to be. So that's what we're going to do. And then at the front here, there's a few plants. But yeah, there's not much else I can do really. I can't have, as I say, I can't have double opening doors on the front. I don't want to have anything for the rat to live underneath either. So yeah, we're going to have to get rid of him. We're going to have to kill him, unfortunately. As you can see, the garden's very brown, very autumn looking. So yeah, let's go down to the veg garden and have a look. So you'll be pleased to know it is going to stay a summer house. That'll please you, Kelly. And I'll show you when it's done. Right, so this is my victory garden. This is Gordon's part of the garden, and as you can see, the sunchokes are doing really well. The Jerusalem artichokes, they're holding their own, they've not been watered. So I'm going to have a good load of Jerusalem artichokes this year, just wedging my way in case of the rat. My rhubarb died off. I'm not sure what I'm going to get back. Marshalls are going to replace the Goliath, but I've no idea what's in here. Nothing's grown. I did plant halfway to there with rhubarb, but as you can see, it all died off and been a bit rubbish. So I've got one growing just there, so I'm going to take those stalks off. Got some beautiful little flowers coming here. Look at this cornflower, isn't it lovely? I feel a bit ginger now with the rat. Anyhow, I have got some sweet corn coming. Small though it is at the moment, but the caterpillars had started eating my cabbages, but they seem to be recovering. I did get my asparagus planted in here, but I'm not holding out much hope for it. I think I've lost that as well. I've lost an awful lot of money's worth of plants at the moment, but we'll see what comes up. I have got it planted now anyway, so that's the main thing. So I just need to get leaves over the top just to keep the moisture in when we do get the rain, and get rid of any strawberry runners. But yeah, my sweet corn's coming on. It's getting the little fronds on the top, but I'm not holding out much hope for that either. But the tomatoes have done really well. Not the tomatoes, the potatoes. These are what I planted 2 weeks ago, and they seem to be coming on nicely. They do need some more mulch on, so I do need to get some leaves on them. Something's been digging. Oh, someone's eating me potatoes as they grow. Swine. I don't know. Anyway, in here I need to harvest my onions. And my celery is doing very well. And so are my leeks. But I also need to get in and get the blackberries out of here and start rescuing my currant bushes. And then I can get the fruit cage up and the chicken tunnel built. But I want to harvest my onions. I'm going to start harvesting them now because they're pretty much done. They're only small, but I get something out of them. I get a meal out of them. And this is my chard. Very pleased with how this has grown. It's done very well. I like to use this in smoothies. But yeah, look, something's digging up my potatoes. Swine. I'm going to have to put mesh on them, aren't I, to keep out whatever's getting in there from digging. It's not the chickens because they can't get in. Anyway, that's a nice plant. I think that's a Monarda. Isn't that lovely? That was a free one. Anyway, let's go in the polytunnel and I'll show you my tomatoes. If the rat's not in there, that is. So my French beans are doing really well. I've had a few of them and they tasted really nice, but I need to harvest them before the rat gets to them. But they seem to be doing well. I've got some more on this side and yeah, I need to harvest these as well before the rat gets to them, but they're really tasty. I had one the other day and they tasted like they had loads of water in them. Let's have a look in the polytunnel. As you can see, the tomatoes are going bonkers. Loads of fruit on them. I just hope the rat's not nesting in here, but we'll have to see. Anyway, the tomatoes have got loads of fruit on them. As you can see, they're starting to turn a bit red. These are, let's let striping. Yeah, I've been tying them in and into the stakes just to be able to get them off the floor. But as you can see, they're starting to turn red. These are the beef steak ones. I'm looking forward to trying these. I've not tried them before. There's cucumbers. I've got cucumber fruits on them. And as you can see, lots and lots of tomatoes. There's more cucumbers down there and Cape gooseberry, but they don't seem to be doing so well because of the dry weather. I'm doing my best to get things watered and bringing things in out of the kitchen, bringing the dishwater in and just trying to put little bits of water on. These ones need finished staking. There's loads of fruit in there, but I need to finish staking them. But let's go and have a look outside. Out here's not done very well at all. The runner beans are starting to come into flower and I'm starting to get the odd fruit on there now, the odd bean. So I need to keep an eye on them and try and harvest them as they come through. But there are plenty of flowers, plenty of fruit. There's a nice little one down there. So yeah, these are starting to come on nicely. Got some lovely flowers. These calendula have been beautiful. I grew these from seeds. But unfortunately I've lost these clematis. I'll have to buy some more. Got these from Morrison's. But the sun has got to them. The lettuce has gone to seed and started bolting, so that wasn't very good. The heat got to that too quickly. I've got a courgette there that hasn't had any fruit on it yet, but my mint needs watering. It's starting to die off, and I didn't get any broad beans this year. There was only 1 or 2 pods on it, but they've disappeared. There's another courgette here, no fruit on that yet, and the kale and the cauliflowers have been eaten by caterpillars. They got to them overnight, never got a chance to get to them. I've had one of these fruits. These have been lovely. These are the flying saucer courgettes or squash. They've been very nice. And these sweet corns are starting to come through as well. Haven't had any fruit on the raspberries. These kales got by the cauliflowers, got by the cabbage white butterfly caterpillars. And again, they were gone overnight as well. So yeah, this butternut squash hasn't done very well at all. It's only had male flowers on it, which I have taken off, but I'm not sure whether to bin that. These are courgettes. Haven't had any fruit off them. Yes, they've put in late. But oh look, there's a squash on this one now. Oh, I think I'll leave that. But yeah, there's fruits coming through but no flowers. So in here there's loads of tomatoes, absolutely loads. These are Cape gooseberries, and unfortunately as the fruit was coming through it was getting eaten. So I think again it's that rat getting in and eating my fruit. But I've got loads of tomatoes, absolutely loads. These have done really well. I've done better than the other ones in the other polytunnel. And this is the polytunnel I built. These are plum Roma. And I think these are either Alicante or Tigerella, I'm not sure. But they need good water. Oh look, there's some red tomatoes there. Let's have one, see what they're like. Oh, they're really nice. They're really tasty. They're delicious. That's my first tomato of the season. Yay! But yeah, I think these are Tigerella or Alicante. I'm not sure. But there's another red one there. So they're starting to come, starting to ripen, which is great. But I think I'll have the other 2 tomatoes before the rat gets in. Really nice. Really nice. So yeah, this polytunnel's done really well. It's done better than the other one. I'm really pleased. The Eclipse was great. I really enjoyed going up to see that. Apparently we had 93% totality, which it was still quite light. It didn't go dark as what we thought it would. But it was still an experience. We still enjoyed ourselves. Those little glasses that you saw that I made, that was with my real make do and mend thing. I had some old slides off a slide projector, and I taped them together. I did 4 on each side, and I used 8 for each pair of glasses, and I did 1 for me and 1 for my husband. And they were great, you know, we could see quite a bit through them. But I think it would have been better with just clear sepia film. But yeah, it was good fun. We really enjoyed ourselves. So that was an experience. Apparently, it's not going to be until 2080, the next one. So we won't see that in our lifetime. But we may see ones that aren't as dark. But other than that, we had a really nice time. I just thought I'd give you a little look around the garden and show you how things are faring here with all the dry weather, because a lot of you have been commenting on my videos and asking how things are going. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of an update. Welcome as well to all my lovely new subscribers. We've got an awful lot of new subscribers on my last video. It seemed to have resonated with you quite a lot. And a lot of you have been sharing your thoughts and your feelings, and also a lot of your fears as well with me. And it's actually been quite touching to see how open you all are about how you're all feeling. So maybe I need to do some more honesty slots about how things are really. And then we can all talk, can't we? We can all get it off our chest in one place. I feel like we're in a safe place to be able to do that as well. So I think I might do a follow-up video on Wednesday to that, because I've got a few more things I'd like to share with you. It's not going to be another rant, but I do have a few more things that I'd like to share with you on those topics. So I think we'll do that on Wednesday. But other than that, I think that's it for me today. If you're interested in my memberships, do have a look on my membership tiers and see if there's anything that interests you. There's quite a lot of different things on there now. We've got an archive building up on there of recipes. There's also podcast that's going to be coming over on there as well. And yeah, we're just going to be doing different things. There's a table talk, I think, on the second to last tier and the last tier, where I do a half-hour video slot and just talk to you about different things at the kitchen table. And there's also a recipe every month as well on the top tier, and a meal plan and a recipe card for the other tiers. So if you're interested in that, do check out the memberships and see if there's anything that appeals to you. So I'm going to go. See you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. So take care. Bye for now. Bye bye.